Welcome to the Health Inquiry. Today we are talking about a newest and extremely powerful biotechnology called gene editing. This technology, on the one hand, saves lives, on the other hand, may destroy our humanity altogether. Imagine your body is like a huge, busy city. Every building in that city has a giant instruction book that tells everything how to work. It explains how to build roads, turn on lights, keep the air clean, and make sure people stay healthy. In real life, that instruction book is called DNA. The special sections in the book that give instructions for one job are called genes. For a very long time, if there was a mistake or a torn page in someone's DNA book, doctors could not fix it easily. A mistake in a gene is called a mutation. It is like a typo in a cookbook. If the recipe says, add 3 cups of pepper, instead of 3 cups of flour, the cookies will taste terrible. In our bodies, a gene typo can cause a genetic disease, an illness someone is born with that can be passed down to their children. Examples include sickle cell anemia, which affects red blood cells, cystic fibrosis, which makes a person hard to breathe, or some kinds of serious heart problems. But recently, scientists made an amazing discovery. They used a brand new, super precise tool to fix these typos right inside human embryos. An embryo is the very first stage of a baby, starting as just a tiny ball of cells after an egg and sperm join together. This breakthrough feels like opening a new chapter in human health. It brings lots of excitement, but also important questions about what is right and safe. Let's explore this step by step in a way that's easy to understand. The recipe book of you. What are DNA and genes? To see why this is exciting, let's imagine shrinking down super small and looking inside our bodies. Every person starts as one tiny cell. Inside that cell is DNA. DNA looks like a long, twisted ladder or a spiral staircase. The steps, or rungs, of the ladder are made of special chemical letters, A, T, C, and G. The exact order of these letters gives instructions for everything about you: your eye color, how tall you grow, the shape of your nose, how your heart beats, and even how you think and feel. Genes are like individual chapters or recipes in this big DNA book. Each gene tells the body how to make a specific protein or do a certain job. Proteins are like the workers that build and repair your body. Sometimes, there is a small mistake in the DNA letters. One letter might be wrong, or a piece might be missing. This is a genetic mutation. Most mutations are harmless or even helpful, but some cause big problems. Think about baking cookies again. One wrong ingredient can ruin the whole batch. In the same way, a bad mutation can make someone very sick from the moment they are born. Doctors and scientists have wanted to fix these mistakes for decades. In the past, it was like trying to fix a tiny watch while wearing thick mittens. The tools were not precise enough, and they might break other important parts of the DNA by accident. Meet the new tool, prime editing, like find and replace, for DNA. You may have heard of CRISPR. It was invented more than 10 years ago and was a huge step forward. CRISPR works like molecular scissors. Scientists can point it at a bad gene, cut the DNA ladder, and hope the cell fixes itself correctly. But sometimes the cut happens in the wrong place, or the cell glues things back together with new mistakes. It was good, but not perfect. The new breakthrough uses an even better tool called prime editing. Scientists call it the find and replace tool for DNA. Instead of cutting the whole ladder in half, prime editing gently opens just one side of the DNA strand. It finds the exact wrong letter, removes it carefully, and puts the correct letter in its place. It is much more accurate and causes fewer unwanted changes. In lab tests, scientists used prime editing on human embryos, grown in special dishes, not inside a mum. They successfully fixed dangerous mutations with amazing accuracy. The embryos stayed healthy, and the fix worked in almost all the right places. This is a giant leap. Why this matters for public health? Public health is all about keeping whole groups of people healthy and preventing problems before they start. This new gene-fixing tool is a big milestone for several reasons. 1. Stop disease before it begins. Most medicine helps people after they get sick. With this new technology, doctors could fix a serious genetic problem at the very start of life. The baby would grow up without ever having that disease. No more hospital visits, medicines, or pain for that condition. 2. Erase illness from family trees. When you fix the DNA in an embryo, the change stays forever in every cell of that person's body. When they grow up and have children, they won't pass the bad gene along. The disease can be removed from that whole family line, gone forever. 3. Safer and more successful. Older methods sometimes damaged embryos so badly they could not grow. Prime editing is gentler, so more embryos stay healthy. This makes real treatments much more possible in the future. This could help millions of families around the world who carry genetic diseases. The big debate, important questions scientists and ethicists are asking. Even though this sounds wonderful, not everyone is cheering yet. Why? Because changing the DNA of an embryo is different from fixing an adult's body. Changes in an adult only affect that one person. But changes in an embryo affect every cell, including future eggs or sperm. Those changes would pass to children, grandchildren, and even further. Bioethicists are experts who study what is morally right or wrong in science and medicine. They ask, just because we can do something, should we? Here are the main worries. 1. Consent. Can a future person agree? A baby cannot say yes or no before they are born. Decisions made today in a lab could affect people living 50 or 100 years from now. Is it fair to change someone's DNA forever without their permission? 2. The slippery slope to designer babies. Right now, scientists focus only on fixing serious diseases like deadly heart problems or brain conditions. But what if rich parents use it to pick eye color, make kids taller, smarter, or better at sports? This idea of creating designer babies worries many people. It might make society judge kids based on how perfect their genes are instead of who they are inside. 3. Fairness and equality. New technologies are usually very expensive at first. If only wealthy families or rich countries can afford gene editing, it could create two groups of people, those with fixed genes who stay healthier or even prettier, and others who still face genetic diseases. Public health experts believe good healthcare should be fair for everyone, not just for people with money. A deeply polarized society cannot achieve a functional commonwealth. Rather, such fragmentation precipitates societal collapse. These are hard questions with no easy answers. Governments, scientists, doctors, and regular people will need to talk about rules and laws to make sure the technology is used wisely and safely. Where are we today? It is very important to know this. No edited embryos have been placed inside a woman to grow into a baby. The experiments happened only in lab dishes for a few days to test if the editing worked safely. Then the experiments stopped. In almost every country, it is currently against the law to put an edited embryo into a mum's womb. Scientists want to be 100% sure it is completely safe before taking that step. We still need to learn more about how an edited baby would grow during 9 months in the womb and over a whole lifetime. What does the future hold? We are at the beginning of an exciting new time in human history. For the first time, people can rewrite parts of our own biological instruction book with great precision. In the coming years, leaders around the world will create new rules. They will decide, should we only use this for life-threatening diseases? How do we test it to make sure it is safe for many years? How can we make it affordable so all families can benefit, not just the rich? And maybe most importantly, what if someone accidentally or intentionally creates a superpower, human, monster? As kids growing up today, you might become the scientists, doctors, lawmakers, or voters who help answer these questions. Science has given us a powerful new tool. Now it is up to all of us, working together with kindness, wisdom, and careful thinking, to decide how to use it for the good of everyone. Otherwise, it will create a disaster for our mankind. The breakthrough in gene editing reminds us that science is a powerful force for good, but it also needs our best human values: humility, caring, fairness, and respect for life. What do you think? How should we use this new power wisely? Share your thoughts and comments. Let us keep on learning together. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends.